First impression review. This means that it's not going to be like IGN or GameSpot. It's going to be much worse. It's just going to be me sharing my impressions of the game after having played Breath of the Wild for several hundreds of hours and having played this one for quite a few hours, enough to be able to unlock the whole map and pretty much do nothing else. Okay? So first and foremost, it looks like Breath of the Wild. It's the same graphics. It's the same Hyrule. However, if you look at where we are on our map, we're actually in that beginner area of where we would have started right around here in the Shrine of Resurrection from Breath of the Wild. Okay? So when we're literally moving around here, you would be hard-pressed to know where we are. You would have to be like, what is this place? Where am I? Oh shit, that's like where you begin the game. And you know what I mean? And then this is like the clock tower, which we can probably go to in a minute there. So that's a good thing. It's going to look familiar, but there's going to be more often than none times where you're going to have to double check and be like, wait a second. Is this where? Oh, it is. Or, oh, no, it's not. So that's a good thing. Because a lot of people, including myself, were afraid of that it was just going to be like Breath of the Wild 2.0 with glued weapons together, and that's it. As you can tell, my shield has a rock on it, okay? Which I guess we'll get into. That's a huge thing. So weapon durability has been greatly increased because you can do this funky little thing called fuse. And it's an absolute game changer. You can either put it on your shield or put it on your weapon. It combines the strength of both weapons, I believe. And it increases the durability of it. That's actually the second time I do this. I've been whacking people away with this weapon, and then I broke off the fused weapon, and now I still have the original weapon. I can fuse anything. Big boulders, a piece of TNT dynamite, whatever, okay? So that helps with the weapons, which leads me to my next thing here. When we look at our weapon slot, I've only increased it twice. So you get 4, 8, 9. You get like 9 or so slots in the beginning. And believe me, I've never run out, especially when you're combining all of these weapons together. It's just absolutely insane how good the durability is. So you don't have to panic about having few slots. Same goes with the shields. You start with 4. I increased it twice. But you can combine stuff again. Like, let's say I wanted to equip, this shield. And now I want to fuse it to the pot lid. Well, there you go. Now I have a rock pot lid. Do you know what I mean? And that increases, like I said, the durability by a lot. So, Korok seeds are less important as a joke. As a result of that, is that increased durability of your weapons, your shields. Okay, I don't know if you can fuse things with your bow. I don't think you can do that, no. But bows already last a pretty good amount. There's some new enemies as well, trees that move around, and a plethora of others, familiar and not so familiar. Now, when it comes to the performance, as I'm just roaming around here, it's the same as Breath of the Wild after all the updates. So on day 1, you'll have already had the day 1 update for this game. And it feels the same. It's no better. What the heck was that? It's no better. Whoops. And it's no worse. Okay, so take that as you will. For me in handheld mode, don't ask. It runs better. I know, it makes no sense. It's supposed to be when it's docked that it performs better. Well, it's docked right now as I'm recording this. And if you were okay with Breath of the Wild, you are going to be more than pleased with this because it's only going to get better from here on forth. Okay, so that goes for the performance, that goes for, the map, and wait, where are we? And, how it's not going to always feel super familiar. So that's going to keep things feeling fresh. Now, I have the full climber set on. But even without it, and with stock stamina, in this game, watch it make a liar out of me here, you are going to have a much easier time climbing. I'm just finding there's just more areas I don't know what it is where you're able to kind of let go. And as it's not doing it here, because, you know, I'm recording, so why would it do it here? There's just a lot more areas where you can sort of like let go, kind of recuperate, you know, some of your stamina, as I'm trying to showcase here. And yes, that did exist. That did exist in Breath of the Wild. I'm saying that it happens more often here than it did in Breath of the Wild, at least for me. I'm just not having a lot of luck right now trying to show that to you, because why would it? I mean, I'm trying to record a video, right? So of course it's not going to do it for me. You'll just have to take my word for it, okay? That it's way better. So that's been helping me tremendously, because you're going to be thinking about the towers and energy. Remember how you used to have to climb all the towers? Well, the towers are a freaking joke. There's the odd puzzle. You got to go here, go there, do a little thing, shoot a bird, pedestal drops, plop it in the tower. Like, it's so easy. And I'm so grateful that it's easy. It really wasn't challenging. The most challenging thing were a few of them that were in winter areas, and then I had to cook up a meal. And then from there, I was easily able to go. There's no big spider robots shooting 50 lasers from all different angles trying to knock you down, or those wizards that walk on water like Jesus and trying to shoot you with their wand. They're in the game, but they're nowhere around. There's like no threats near the towers. So unlocking the map for me, which is a big part of the game, at least one time and then you're done, you never have to do it again, obviously, was a cinch. Okay? Stamina, again, getting around. Just trust me on this. I'm not freaking out hoping to get more stamina. Also, you can shoot back up in the sky when you go to each tower, which brings me to my next point about the map. There's that whole sky area, which I've only unlocked this part. I've unlocked the map, but I haven't like traversed to all the different places in the sky. And then there's also the depths, which we are familiar with, which you can unlock the map when you hit certain things. You can just do it. I don't know what that. Oh, that's the last location I went to. Anyhow, the underground world is as big as the surface map. So again, that goes along with that whole thing with the map there. All these red areas across the map, those are all chasms. Those are all entry points into the chasm. And you can fast travel, like I said, right in there if you want. It gives the game a completely different feel. So that's ties in with everything else I was saying even for this here. This is where roughly the Shrine of Resurrection would have been, okay? But as you could see, it's just not there, like the actual Shrine of Resurrection. It's just not there. Okay? We can try to maybe go to, I think this is where you first met the old man for the paraglider in Breath of the Wild. Yeah, so the fusing of weapons, the ascend skill, when you're underneath something, you could look up at the sky and you can just kind of teleport. See how it's red? You'd line it up, find a spot, you know, that's green, you know, like there, for example. That was originally used as a cheat skill by the developers, just for shits and giggles. Literally. And they decided to keep it in the game. So, like, how amazing is that? Again, we're heading towards where that clock tower thing would have been. I think it was a clock tower. I don't know. I can't even really tell where I am right now. Korok seeds, of course, they're around. Don't even get me started with the goddamn Korok seeds. So you see again, like we're roaming around. I'm looking around. And I'm like, where exactly, you know, am I? And now I have to look and it's like, oh, okay, here's where I am. So if you liked Breath of the Wild, there's literally no reason you wouldn't like this game. The quality of life changes that have been brought into the game is just, it's going to make you forget about Breath of the Wild. Like there's literally no need to ever revisit that game except for nostalgia. Oh, there it is. Okay. So as you could tell here, yeah, that means that there's a cave. Usually when you see those little, whatever those things are, it means they're going to lead you to a cave. At least that's what it meant for me so far. Like after 7 or 8 times. Okay. So remember Clock Tower? You see what I mean? Like how the landscape's different. It's not like all ripped apart. You know, like World of Warcraft did with the Cataclysm there with it's just like lava and shit. It just legitimately looks different. Like this brings back memories, but not really. Oh my god. This is where, remember this? Remember that little section where you would first meet the man? And then you'd be like, bitch, give me that paraglider or whatever it's called. Actually, it's up here, the Shrine of Resurrection. It's right here. This is actually really amazing because it's going to like totally bring back memories of where we began. Yeah, so we literally started right here in Breath of the Wild. This is like literally the exact spot. I actually want to put Shrine of Resurrection. There, we'll put a person thing right there. Give me 2 seconds really quick, sorry. All right, it was getting loud. So this is literally where it all began, and it's sealed off. But this is just, I don't know, it's just so cool. This is where we began our journey. And again, it looks different. It's not exactly the same. I could go on forever, and I really don't want to. I just wanted to vent about how happy... Oh, shit. It does exist. Oh, snap. I'm almost going to have to make a separate video on this alone. Wow. Anyways, if you liked the video, go ahead, give it a thumbs up. It does greatly help support the channel with the algorithm. If you didn't like the video, go ahead, give it a thumbs down, and I'll bend it in half, twist it, and I'll send one of these things after you tonight when you try and go to bed. And if you want to subscribe, I mean, naturally, that would be great, but if not, thanks for stopping by anyways. Take care, and maybe I'll see some of you in the next one. Bye for now.